Dom Solanke looks like a real handful. He had a good season last year, and he looks like he's just kind of stepping on now. I think you guys have been linked with him, right?
Do you know what? We have been, and pre-Saturday, I was like, oh, I'm just not sure. Like, I've not really ever been that impressed by him. I watched him on Saturday. I was like, bring him to the bowl. He's the new number 9. He's my boy. Honestly, the way he played on Saturday is like is how David Moyes thinks Mikel Antonio can still play. Do you know what I mean? I was like, right, you are the most David Moyes striker we've come up against in the league, and probably will come up against the league, bar Erling Haaland, that we could actually realistically sign.
Yeah,
I'm sure. Like, we're about to get a massive influx of cash from Lucas Paqueta going, and if it's true that Antonio is off to Saudi this window, I'd be chucking money. This is under the guise as if Moyes is insisting on getting a Premier League proven striker or goal scorer. Go for Dom Solanke, because whilst he may not be the most prolific, the way Moyes likes to have his strikers play, he will cause teams. If he plays like that for every week for us, he will cause teams untold amount of problems, and that will create more for the likes of Jared Bowen, for the likes of Ben Rama, or Fornals if he's playing, or whoever else ends up coming in. I think that's been a big part of why we've not been as good in the last sort of 18 months or so. Well, not 18 months, but last year or so. I think it's because Mikel Antonio is a problem now. You know how last year Leicester were bad, and they kept thinking that Jamie Vardy was still the answer, and if anything was a bit of a hindrance. We are now entering that territory with Mikel Antonio and West Ham, and I'm sick of listening to commentators go, well, he's quick and he'll bully defenders. He's not quick anymore. He's losing his legs, and he just falls over now, and he doesn't get free kicks. And so what's the point?
It feels like he's still dining out from that first 15 games of 3 years ago, where it's like, where he scored like 10 goals in 15 games, and everyone's like, who knew that Mikel Antonio was the best striker in the world? And as soon as he realized he was doing all right, he stopped scoring goals.
Yeah,
it was the weirdest thing, and it feels like he's still dining out on that a little bit.
Like, he had a really good end to the season last year, maybe not in terms of output, but like just overall performances. He was great. Like, he was good against you guys when we won at the stadium last year. In that draw against Arsenal, he was really good. The actual, I think the semi-final games and the quarter-final games against Ghent and Alkmaar in the Europa Conference League, he was great in all of those. But I'm looking at him now, and I'm just seeing a guy who I don't think particularly is asked about still being here.
Yeah.
And I just don't think he's the answer anymore. And when the guy behind him is Danny Ings, who cannot play as a lone striker, what are we going to do? Just wait for Jared Bowen to pop one in the top corner every now and then? Like,
I mean,
so
probably.
Yeah, probably the tactic.